Hi guys, it's Sarah. You know, I've been thinking we work too much, especially here in the United States. We just work too much. Um, did you know that nearly 1 in 5 people work more than 60 hours per week? And most people, most full-time employees work an average of 47 hours a week. And in other countries, in Europe, for example, they take a standard, I think it's 5 weeks of vacation per year. And here in the United States, we take a measly 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks if we're lucky. And then we feel incredibly guilty for taking time off of work. Or if we don't feel guilty, we feel like we have way too much piling up that we're going to have to get to when we get back. Or we're taking our devices with us and we're checking them constantly and working while we are resting or supposed to be resting. So I would definitely say that we're working too much. And I know that there's a desire to provide well for one's family, and that's an honorable thing. But families that are focused on material things as like a number one priority, they've done studies that they actually tend to be less happy and less satisfied with life and less physically healthy than those that are not materialistic. So, super important to kind of reevaluate um, our time and where we're placing our emphasis and importance in our lives. And people have a belief that more is better. Um, but there's a big movement called minimalism, and I've dabbled in it. I would like to actually spend more time being a minimalist, but it's actually the opposite. Instead of more is better, less is better. You have less to maintain, less clutter. And clutter really does mentally affect you and emotionally affect you as well. And so having less actually fulfills you more, um, contrary to what you would think at first glance. And people also try to like satisfy the, sorry, I have a kitty hair in my face from petting her a second ago. People also try to satisfy the expectations of others. As an example, like making their boss happy, trying to get recognized at work, having a competition with coworkers. It's not spoken about, but like an unspoken competition of, oh, I'm staying late. I'm more valuable because or I'm so busy. I'm so busy. It's almost like it makes them feel more important. And so just reevaluating like who you spend your time with and what their values are. Are you getting sucked into other people's value systems, or do you have your own so that you're not just kind of living for other people and what their expectations are for your time and your life and your happiness and your health? So we need to learn to be balanced. One of my favorite scriptures, just because I find it kind of funny, is Proverbs 13:4. Um, Actually, I'm sorry, it's Ecclesiastes 4:6. It says, better is a handful of rest than 2 handfuls of hard work. That cracks me up. But it also ends with, and chasing after the wind. So there's hard work that's very valuable and very, very rewarding for us to do. It's just, it feels good to do it. So that's not the kind of hard work it's talking about, but it's the kind of hard work where you're chasing after the wind. That's, if you're gonna just spin your wheels and exhaust yourself and make yourself sick and ruin your family life because you're working so much, then you might as well have just had a handful of rest than 2 handfuls of hard work in that case. So again, it's about clarifying your goals and your values for yourself and for your family, and reducing the influence of consumer culture. We can easily get caught up in watching other people's vacations on Facebook or Instagram, and wanting to have our lives be like theirs. And next thing we know, we've overspent, we're in debt, and then that vacation actually ends up causing us stress for the next 6 to 8 months as we're drowning in bills that we accrued because we wanted to have one really awesome cruise, or as an example. is it really worth it? You know, is it really worth it? We already only get 1, 2, 3 weeks of vacation per year as Americans. So why not do something that doesn't overextend you? Or another example of that just came to my mind would be like those people that have weddings that are, $50,000 or more. Of course, it's all relative, right? It's relative to how much money you make, but just keeping a balanced outlook on and perspective on consumer culture. Do I want that? Do I need that? When I have that, is it going to be worth it? All the hours that I'm going to have to work to pay it off, to pay it back. And yeah, it's costly more than the dollars it costs you in lots of other ways. And blocking out time. We can set limits on how much we work. We can block out time. We can put our cell phones in a drawer and lock the drawer in the evenings so that we're spending time improving ourselves, doing family worship together, exercising. We need to block out time so that our life is spent doing things that add value to us and really are rewarding, and we find self-fulfillment, and our family is happier and healthier because of it. So blocking out time for that is important because we block out time for work and we block out time for other things, but do we set aside time for these higher priority things? They're going to make a long-term impact on our quality of life. And making family time is one of those things that is definitely a high priority. And yeah, there's lots of other suggestions, but these are just a few that come to mind. And I know I also am working on them. And so I thought I would share with you. Maybe it will just help you reevaluate how you're spending your time. And who knows, maybe you can cut back at work on your hours and actually get out of there at 40 hours a week instead of 47. That'd be nice. All right, guys, have a great evening, and thank you for watching. And please like if you found this to be valuable. Thank you.